This video I want to address the topic of, one of the criticizers out there that I've heard from one of my supporters want to, say that I'm a Bruce Lee wannabe. So I want to address that issue. At the same time, I don't like to give attention to people, the haters or whatever the case may be, but I think it's a good topic. Um, my outlook on it is that, I would be proud to be a Bruce Lee wannabe. Basically I feel that for us to progress in life, we need to look towards guidance from other people, guidance from people who have reached a high level of development in certain areas of life. And I see that, that's what's natural in us. When we're born, we look towards our parents, our mother, our fathers to emulate, to be like them. That's essentially what we are doing when we're born, is we're imitating. And people, even people that, everybody that claims themselves to be Christians, for example, in my eyes, they're trying to be like Jesus. Everybody that's claiming themselves to be Buddhists, in my eyes, they're trying to be like Buddha. Everybody that claims themselves to be Muslims, in my eyes, they're trying to be like Muhammad. And back in the day when Michael Jordan was popular, this whole slogan saying like, be like Mike. And why? Well, it's because, he was the greatest at that time, and he might even be the greatest of all time. And for you to want to be like one of the best is something, it's something worth striving towards. You want to better yourself, and you even see, great athletes like Kobe Bryant. You could see that they were emulating Michael Jordan and trying to be like Mike. And you see somebody like LeBron James, same thing. You could see that he was trying to be like Michael Jordan. I mean, he serves to be an inspiration, towards their growth, and then they've been able to build their own name, their own reputation, and grow from there. And yeah, my ideal would be to try to be like Bruce Lee, and then not only be like him, but hopefully eventually go beyond him. And I'm not out of arrogance or conceitedness, but I feel that I have grown beyond him in certain areas, and it's just, at the same time, it's just that I recognize that he's a human being, and he does has his limitations, and he did die at the age of 32. So his growth was stunted because of the early death, and people who are inspired by him could have potentially take the teachings beyond where he left off. And even for myself, being the age of 34, I was able to live longer than him, and experience more out of life, and certain areas of development, may it be the physical fitness development, or the combative development, or the spiritual and meditative development. I knew that he was a human and that certain things could be surpassed. So my ideal is not just to be like him, but essentially go beyond him. And even even Bruce Lee himself was like emulating Muhammad Ali and Muhammad Ali's techniques, in boxing. So Bruce Lee would learn through imitation himself, and every human being learns through imitation. But it's an important spiritual teaching, not just from Bruce Lee, but from Buddha and Osho and Eastern philosophy in general, where they always teach you to be yourself, and that's something that we need to remember, is to be ourselves. But at the same time, we should not forget the importance of recognizing people with great talents and skills, of whom we can, use as inspiration towards our own personal growth. So that's a thing that I feel that people a lot of times are afraid to follow, even if it's a great leader, because they're afraid of other people, criticizing them for imitating people, whatever the case may be. But, if you're imitating somebody who's great, there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed about or, embarrassed about, because, we all want to strive towards greatness, and, somebody like Barack Obama being the first black president, well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of black people that want to be like Obama, to be a president one day, and there's going to be people, somebody that's super rich, like Bill Gates, there's gonna be a lot of people that want to be like Bill Gates because they want to be a multi-billionaire just like Bill Gates. I mean, there's absolutely nothing with using the energy and inspiration of great people to serve, to provide yourself with energy to reach your potential. So that's my reflection on this whole topic about being a Bruce Lee wannabe.